5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
Good day. This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Families of hostages still held by Hamas urge U.S. lawmakers on Wednesday not to let up on negotiations for their release. The Israeli government said 12 hostages were released from captivity in Gaza on Wednesday, the sixth released of hostages during a negotiated ceasefire that international negotiators were working to extend. An estimated 240 hostages were seized when Hamas attacked Israel on October 7, beginning the conflict. Of those, almost 100 have been released over the past 6 days. Omer Nutra, a dual Israeli-American citizen serving in the Israel Defense Forces, is believed to have been held in captivity for more than 50 days. House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Michael McCall said he viewed footage of the October 7 attack last week in Israel with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Congress passed a resolution on Tuesday calling on Hamas to release all hostages and condemning the October 7 attack by a vote of 414-0. A second resolution affirming Israel's right to exist passed 412-1. Democratic Representative Rashida Tlaib, who had faced criticism for her comments about Israel, voted present. Republican Representative Thomas Macy voted no.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
In other news overseas, the United Nations called on Wednesday for Israel and Hamas to prolong a temporary truce, saying a true humanitarian ceasefire is needed in the 8-week-old war. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres told a ministerial-level meeting of the UN Security Council on the situation that the people of Gaza are in the midst of an epic humanitarian catastrophe before the eyes of the world. He welcomed the numerous aid trucks and fuel deliveries that have flowed into Gaza, both south and north, during the pause that began on Friday. Since then, 60 hostages held by Hamas and 180 Palestinian prisoners have also been released. But Guterres said much more is needed to address the humanitarian needs of Gaza's 2.2 million residents. He urged Israel to open more than just the single border crossing that is available now and called for the private sector to restart commercial activities. Hamas killed some 1,200 people in Israel during its brutal October 7 terror attacks and continues the barrage Israeli towns with rocket fire. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry has put the Palestinian death toll from the war at more than 15,000, most of them women and children. Many more people are missing beneath collapsed buildings. On Monday and Tuesday, local health officials said 160 bodies were recovered from the rubble.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And finally, news from the Philippine Foreign Service Post. The Governing Council of the Common Fund for Commodities, or CFC, confirmed the appointment of Ambassador J. Eduardo Malaya as chairperson of the CFC Executive Board for the term 2024 during the organization's 35th annual meeting of the Governing Council in The Hague. Ambassador Malaya was earlier nominated for the position by the CFC Executive Board during its meeting in October 2023. In the Philippine national statement delivered during the meeting, Ambassador Malaya highlighted the Philippines' proactive role in the CFC since its establishment was taken up in the February 1976 UNCTAD conference that was hosted by the Philippines. The Philippines' active engagement with the CFC is in line with the administration priorities. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has accorded agriculture a position of utmost significance. The administration's key priorities for agriculture encompass optimizing farm operations and management, expanding production areas, elevating the productivity of agricultural commodities, and ensuring the provision of high-quality seeds to smallholder farmers. Meanwhile, outgoing chairperson of the CFC Governing Council, Ambassador Enyola Ajayi of Nigeria, welcomed Ambassador Malaya's election as Executive Board's chairperson.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.